Welcome back, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you are tuning in. I'm back with our reviewers, Happy, Maponya, Boniwe, Dunster, and my anchor, Date Franz Ramudla. This is the COMETSA Radio Worldwide, the mind, the journey, the destiny. We apply our mind to the journey that takes us to our destiny. We are reviewing chapter 18 of the book, Holistic Career Development, Coaching and Mentorship Perspective. And as I said, we are on chapter 18, Drive and Willpower. We are back with our reviewers, and Datera Mutla, you can take it over from me.
Okay, thank you. Regarding the journey of the willpower and drive, what I have observed is that your background is very important. Where you're coming from, your background is very important. Your life purpose is very important. To know who you are, know what you want to achieve in life. The sacrifices that you have to make during this journey, and also that it is not an easy road. It needs your commitment. You need to work very hard. You need to have a room for any disappointment and improve. You don't have to give up. It is a process. Sometimes you can achieve what you want to achieve. Sometimes there might be challenges that might impact on your journey. And if that is the case, then you need to go back and say what happened, what went wrong, and review and restart over again. They always say that we learn by mistake, but what we need to do in future. What I've discovered with this is that the young generation, they easily give up if they don't go along their way. They end up doing what they were not supposed to do because of they don't have a focus, they don't know why they are existing, their background, their challenges them. It is our duty to say, what do we do? How do we help them to be able to know, their life journey? Now, the example that I can give you regarding my work, I'm working with a gender-based violence survivors, especially women. Now, in this case, they lack the willpower and the drive because of they depend entirely on their partners. So sometimes it's very difficult for them to say they need to report to anything. It's like they are discouraged or they're discouraged. They don't have the vision. They don't exactly what they need to do. So I think through willpower and that drive, we can empower them with the thing. It is not the end of your life. There is a light. There is a light after the tunnel. So it's something that I think one will be able to take and empower the gender-based violence survivors. It's something that maybe as coaches you need to think about to say, how do you empower them? How do we ignite the power within them to be able to stand on their own, even if they find themselves in that situation? And we also need to ensure that we educate the young ones, especially in the school, because sometimes we do tend to neglect the two schools. We do neglect them because it's easy, to start them while they're still very young. And they may less shy and impart that willpower at that age so that they grow with it. And when they get into another level of stage, they need to continue with that until they are adults. So that is what I can think of for now.
Very, very much. Boniwe, can you take us through the very urgent goal of this chapter to the young and coming generations, according to your own experiences?
Okay. I think for me, the value add and the importance of this chapter is a reminder that everybody has a place in the universe for them to be able to achieve their goal. Secondly, not to allow circumstances to actually define your destiny or to really cut short what you are meant to achieve in life. Thirdly, it really goes to the age factor. For one to be able to achieve their goal, to live their purpose, and make a meaningful contribution in life, it's not determined by age. Just because you are in the middle of your career or you are heading towards the end or irrespective of age, you can start at any given point in time around your life, around building your life and starting from scratch. If the odds were against you at the beginning, it's still time for you to start and redefine yourself. And if it happens you haven't gotten to a point of knowing and understanding what your purpose is and what you want to achieve in life, there is always an opportunity to sit and self-reflect and also take on the feedback that you receive from the people that you trust around you in terms of what they see in you. Oftentimes we are quick to lose hope because we are unaware of our potential. As I had indicated in my review to say that there was a point in my life where I wasn't aware that I had mentors and coaches. However, I had people who always saw the best in me and gave me opportunities. Half the time, I questioned myself, why would I be promoted? Why would this executive speak so highly of me? Why would I be given an opportunity in the midst of the thousand people at work? But as I reflect back, it's the realization that sometimes we don't get to see our light. We don't get to see what we are meant to do in life. But as soon as you identify people that see that in you, it's important for you to work hard, not to disappoint those people, and continue to seek feedback and for you to grow. And that feedback is what is going to ignite the spark in you. That affirmation, positive affirmation, is going to ignite that spark with you. And before you know it, you will have overcome all the challenges and you will be living your dream of impacting life and bringing changes into our communities.
Thank you very much, LP. Are there any programs that we have in mind that we can embark on to assist the empowerment of the youth and the empowerment of gender-based violence victims?
Okay, I can think of the programs for the youth. Number one is coaching the youth. You're offering coaching for youth, especially when it comes to the education. And then secondly is to assist them with the vision board, where they can be able to visualize their future, where they want to see themselves, and by taking the picture and waiting. And thereafter, once they have visualized that, then you assist them to say, can you be able to derive the goals out of the vision board? And once they do that, then you need to encourage them to say, the vision board, once you've got the vision board, you don't actually put it hiding. You need to see it from time to time so that it can remind you what your goals are. And then thirdly, we need to teach them about the positive affirmation, to say they need to empower themselves with a powerful word to say, I'm good, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that.
Thank you very much. Boniwe, do you have any other programs that you sponsor?
Before Boniwe continues, if you don't mind, I would like a bit just to explain the concept of the visual board, because I think there's a tool there that maybe we just need to sit on it as a facilitation of goal setting or setting purpose. If you don't mind, Ndadramut.
Yes, yes.
Maybe. I know Boniwe knows about such tools. Perhaps Boniwe, you have a way of describing what a visual board is, because I think that's a very powerful tool, especially for young people.
So thank you so much, Sam. So when we're talking about a vision board, we're talking about having to actually put together your life or manifest your life into the future in terms of what you want. And how it works is that you visualize your life, you visualize your aspirations, and you visualize your success in a board. So oftentimes you would find that people will actually take a chart, take a couple of magazines or maybe pictures on the internet in terms of what they want, whether it be academic, whether it be personal, whether it be professional, and you cut all those pictures, you put them in the board, and that is you visualizing your future. The beauty and the mental stimulation of a visual board is that if you see it, it becomes easier for you to live it. It becomes easier for it to be a constant reminder every day in terms of what you are working toward. Because oftentimes, if you don't write down your goal, if you don't put down your aspirations, you are quick to forget. Your vision board shows you what you want. You can even put in milestones in terms of what do I need to achieve every quarter or every year, and so forth, so that you can actually work towards it. It becomes a reminder in terms of what is it that you have inside of you that is burning, that you actually want to see, and what is actually you want to realize. So it's just a visualization. Whatever you anticipate, you cut it out, put it in a picture, put it in a board or in a chart. You want to be a doctor, get your PhD, you cut a picture of somebody wearing a red gown graduating. You are looking at having to graduate. You can actually put a graduation picture. You want a house, you put a house. You want a car, you put a car. You want healthy eating, you put pictures of healthy eating, putting pictures of people that are exercising. So anything that you want, you visualize it so that you can have a constant reminder and mental stimulation in terms of what your goals are, and then you can work towards them.
Thank you very much.
It's a very good. Thank you so much. And Boniwe and Happy. Sorry that Ramut. I guess this could be actually a concept that one can put young people together and workshop them through it, right? Happy, we lost you when we were wanting you to explain the visual board, but sorry about that. But Boniwe explained it so well. But I was just saying that from the type of work you do with gender-based violence victims or the youth, as a therapist or social worker, by the way, Ndadira Muda is also a social worker. So I was saying that this visual board or vision board You visualize it. I think that's the whole idea. That could be a concept of a workshop with young people to inspire and stimulate them. And how will you go about putting together that type of intervention, Happy, from your professional work point of view? I was saying that this concept of a visual board or vision board is a very good one. And I was saying, how could you put together a workshop that brings young people and how would you go about facilitating it if you were to do it?
Okay. Piloting this idea of vision board with my nephew and his friend. So what I wanted to get from them was just to feel how to do it, to do the vision board, and whether is it going to be helpful, and what are they need from that vision board. So we did that vision board with them, and I also found them the positive affirmation the affirmations for on daily people purpose. Now I am going to see them after a month to say, now that you've got the goals, what action are you planning to put? Actions are going to follow to ensure that your goals are being achieved. So, and the other thing again, I'm finalizing the program that I'm working on regarding the youth. That program is going to focus on the coaching, and then the second one is going to be a learner coaching, where you're going to maybe to talk about what motivates them to be at school, and also about the time management, and also about the goal setting, and also about the study skill, and also about how to create the fun space, and then also about the healthy eating, and also the importance of the exercises. Why? Because of most of the young ones, they spend most of the time on the social media. And then the other one is about the transition type of a program, like when they finish at high school, how do they transit if they have to go to to university, and prepare them while they're still at high school, so that by the time they get to university, then they know exactly what is expected of them. And then the other one is about the financial, the financial literacy, and also to engage with the banks to say how can they assist us in doing that type of a program. And then lastly, what I had in mind, like normally we do have the employee wellness program, but then we don't have the learner wellness program, where we can put everything together, where we can call the experts, to empower the youth maybe once a year. So like with an employee, but this one is going to be a learner wellness program. So yeah, that's how I see the future, what you can do for the young ones.
Thanks, Abby. And there is, just before we forget, there's a message coming through. But I want to say thank you, Abby, for such inspiring thoughts. I don't know what Ndadra make of that, but I will want to read also a question that you can integrate into it, Ndadra in reflecting on the input and the programs that the PS shared with us. And that Leonard Mabuso is asking, what is the difference between a storyboard and a vision board? Lisa has made some contributions to say, I'm glad you spoke about action steps which connect motivation to reality and the attainment of goals. That's a feedback to Happy. I'm not sure that Happy hears that because I would like to agree with Luisa that the action steps are quite very helpful in that.
The action steps will make you focused, and obviously, when you are focused and you are motivated, you will be able to be in line with the realities. You will be able to identify the challenges and be able to deal with those challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be good to hear the colleagues reflecting on that because I think Happy has really given us some wonderful example of what she's doing with her program. I want her to share with us where does she think that vision board with the young ones is going to take her to, what problems is it trying to resolve? I know it's about them believing in the future, but maybe share with us a little bit about that. There's a comment about, appreciating the fact that you mentioned the action steps, which means that you are going somewhere, and what will be the ultimate? How do you know if you are achieving the set goals for yourself in facilitating that exercise with the young ones? Welcome back, dear listeners, ladies and gentlemen. I think we left with a few minutes, Dr. Muta, to wrap up this second segment and also sum up the whole show. Maybe while we are waiting for AP and then Boniwe to come back into the studio, you may want to share with the listeners what we want them to, how to wrap up the show. And then I think my email, I wanted to send some information around what he understood from the art point of view, the difference between the storyboard and the vision board. Baby's back. Baby, can you hear us? Baby doesn't seem to be coming through. So I've got my email as input here from the production side, and that Ramuta is saying that a vision board is more of a planner, what one envisage as future outcome of the work or an initiative, whereas storyboard It's a step-by-step of implementation. Wow, I've been educated here in that Ramut. I wish that Maimela was in the studio to maybe he can log in. I didn't send him the new link. Maybe he can actually explain it to us from the art point of view, and we close the show with that. How is that? He's listening. I know he hears me. And Maimela, he can't hear us at all. So I'm going to send this new link to Tatema email to come and explain this. And then from there, we can then ask them to wrap up. I hope they can keep on trying, because we really want them to wrap up the show. We don't want them to go away. Well, what do you think that Mahmoud? Yes. Yeah.
Those programs included coaching, motivation, time management, goal setting, healthy eating, and for me, I think if you embark into those programs, you are investing on the youth, and so that then their willpower, so doing. And she also talked about transition into tertiary, where they are empowering them around financial literacy, employee relationship, and said we needed to add on learner empowerment program. So
yeah. Okay, we have Abby back. Abby, are you able to hear us? We are about to give a check out in Dadra Mutla, because we have 15 minutes. Over to you and Abby to check out. I think her network is challenging her. We can't hear her. So it's a pity, because we really wanted them to keep on trying a bit, don't give up. And Boniwe as well, we really want you to come and wrap up the good show that you have had with us, especially checking out Adramut. We left it a little bit late because they were flowing.
So somewhere everybody has a place.
Yes.
If you look at the universe and look at the opportunities provided to us by the universe, it depends on where you find yourself. Or the privilege of being in families that can create the opportunity for them to play within the universe.
Yes.
Some did not have the opportunity.
Yes.
It is a big challenge for us to say, how do we make this opportunity efficient to everybody, both the privileged and the underprivileged?
There is an input that came from Lebohan via Michael. I'm not sure whether it's Lebohan Maponya or it's Lebohan our other Lebohan. Michael hasn't indicated which Lebohan, because they've got a couple of Lebohan. I don't know whether it's Lebohan. Lebohan was Misatwa, not Maponya. It's a sister to Happy. And Lebohan Lekotok. So I'm not quite sure which Lebohan, but nevertheless, I think it's quite a very valuable input. She's saying that I think coaching and mentoring should be part of the learning program in all schools, not only for the privileged, and it should also be introduced as early as possible. It could also be introduced as part of the life orientation syllabus. Debbie, are you hearing that? Debbie is trying very hard, but she's not able to. Yeah, okay, are you hearing Debbie? I know you. I can see you. Yeah. I think in the Mutla we are going to have. Yeah, that input came from Lebogang Mesacho. She's suggesting that coaching and mentoring should be part of learning program in all schools. And I think we have spoken about this before. And she said perhaps it could be part of a life orientation syllabus. I think it should be more of really an enabler of the learning of whatever sort, not just for life. What do you think, Badramut?
Boniwe, can you hear us? Okay. Yes. Said that about it, about the journey. It falls within that understanding that very few people have got the advantage of enjoying the coaching and mentoring. And some don't have that, and therefore it is good. It's a good suggestion that we should start with it at a very young, at a very early stage of learning. And the proposal that it should be part of the learning.
Yeah. I'll tell you that there are what I'm going to suggest to help you. Yeah, okay. I'm going to suggest that there are to Happy and Boniwe because their networks, they keep on throwing them out. There's probably connectivity challenge. I'm going to ask them to drop us their contact. How can the listeners be in touch with them? Because that, if they can't check out, at least they can share with us their contact details that we can share with the listeners, because it looks like we are not able to get them back. And we're left with 10 minutes. Anyway, if you are able to let us know how the listeners get a hold of you, otherwise, please drop it in the chat box in our WhatsApp, and we'll share that with the listeners, because we really have little time left. Are you able to hear us? Okay, they are not able to. So yeah, let them share with us their contact details, email or social media, name, you know, you name it. I don't know how you will want to wrap it up from the checkout point of view. What do you have wanted them to do as a way of closing? And then I'll share their contact details for the listeners.
Our normal procedure is their confirmation so that they share with us what they confirm for them after reading the chapter. Especially from a mentorship and coaching perspective. So we shall see in all our chapters, mentorship and coaching perspective were very important. We wanted to share that with them. And obviously, as you go through the chapter, there are certain exciting moments that we call them out. We wanted for them to share with us at what point did they experience that our moment in the chapter. That is the light bulb moment. At what point did the penny drop? And I wanted them to share with us from the chapter the new insights and knowledge in terms of what insights they gained from this chapter. They reflect on the new knowledge, whether it be private or professional, that they've gained from this chapter. And as they go through the chapter, there are certain incidents that they would like to take forward, either in their personal or their professional journey. So we wanted them to share with us what is it that they're taking home from this chapter, and what do they like to share with other people in their cycle of stakeholders. And then we wanted them to share with us the new behaviors and practices in their private and professional life, which they will adopt as a result of reading this chapter. And then finally, we wanted them to indicate to us what new practices in their private and professional life will they learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were going to engage them around it.
Yeah. Let me share with the listeners. Maponya has given us her email contact details for those who want to be in touch with her, especially with the wonderful work she's doing for the gender-based violence victims and the young people. They can get hold of her at marimaponya@gmail.com. Mari is Mari, maponya@gmail.com. Boniwe said she has sent an email. I can't see it. Boniwe, please post it in the chat, in the box, WhatsApp chat, so that I can read it to the listeners. But I know both of them are available on LinkedIn. And of course, they are in the group in any way. So if you want to get hold of them, you can go to that Coaches and Mentors Learning Forum and just ask them to share their contact with you. I think they've shared quite a lot of insight that people may really want to connect with them. So, Hebi, I've shared your email address, but please feel free to share it in that Coaches and Mentors Learning Forum in case there are fellow colleagues that want to network with you, especially the wonderful programs both of you have shared. That will help. Yeah, so social handlers sent to me directly. I would prefer that you send them to that WhatsApp group anyway, because then everybody can have it immediately. I have your contact details. It's more so for those who are listening. We'll appreciate that. Yeah, and Muta, I think it's time for you to say goodbye to the listeners and leave me a few minutes to make a few announcements and close the show.
Thank you very much, listeners. We had COMETSA Worldwide Radio. Very much happy support your issues, and we are 18 chapters, and we're left with 3. And I'd like to thank you for the journey so far.
Wonderful. Let me remind them that we have chapter 19 coming. Chapter 19 next week, the 22nd of August, same time, same platform. And the chapter 19 is titled The Broken Glass. As you can imagine, that's very, very touchy topic for me. It's about what happens when you lose those who matter to you. And in this case, I'm talking about the experience of the negative experience of having to lose a mother that I so much love. But the message in the book is really about what happens despite all these plans when your world gets shattered. Does it mean the end? What do you do? All the good plans that you've had, and then all of a sudden something drastic as losing a mother, a father, a family member happens, which happens to me in 2020. On the 15th of September 2020, I lost my mom. So yeah, that will be the chapter, and I'm glad to announce that our 2 members and friends and colleagues, Dr. Eni Mulezani and Sister Louisa Muhuri, will be reviewing that chapter. For Louisa, is an anchor, so we know we don't have to tell her what to expect at on this platform in Dadaramut. Yeah. We are looking forward to that chapter 19. Happy, are you able to hear us? Perhaps you want to say your last words. It looks like this new link is totally not accepting Happy and Boniwe. I did nothing other than just creating it. Yeah, that's the Internet of Things, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, but maybe put the insight for those who are also going to be coming. I think the degree of the strength of your connection and Wi-Fi is also important because the voice is very heavy. So it's not sufficient just to be on a Wi-Fi. It also has to be of a particular strength. And if you speak to your internet provider and tell them specifically that you use your Wi-Fi for streaming, then they will know the right type of level of strength that they should give you. I hope it doesn't cost you a lot of money. But because we are active on this platform and many other similar platforms, you are always going to be kicked out because the volume, as I said, the voice is very heavy. It's not the same as sending email. Anyway, that was a little cent of advice. I know the technology people can even explain it much better than that I would. Yeah. Otherwise, we thank you, listeners. That was COMETSA Radio Worldwide, the mind, the journey, the destiny. We apply our mind to the journey that takes us to our destiny. We follow the principle called the idea. We inform and entertain, develop and educate, empower and support, associate and network. That's the idea. Dr. Amuda says it always very nicely, and he say we inform, develop, empower, and associate. Thank you, listeners. We look forward to being with you next week, Tuesday, same time. Thank you very much. You take care.